Hey y'all. Hey everybody.
Hey,
Hey
Gabby!
love. How are
Yeah,
you?
what's
Good
going on?
to see you.
I know. It's
Oh
like,
my gosh, it's been
can you
so
believe
long.
it's almost a year?
I know.
Like, that's
Time has
crazy.
flown by so fast. We
I
have
know.
listen. You look so good. It's so good to see
Thank
you.
you. You too. Skin looking all clear.
Oh,
Like,
thanks, love. Thank you.
what you been
Thank
doing? What you been doing? Drop the skin routine.
Okay, right here. The only thing that's keeping me during this quarantine. But
Yeah.
you are
So how's that
good.
been? How's quarantine been for you?
It's been good. It's been
Good.
it's been what it is. How about you?
It's been an adjustment.
Yeah,
But like it has definitely been teaching me to be like more adaptable for sure.
sure. Yeah.
Kind of go with the flow.
Yep.
So yeah, I'm excited
Awesome.
about tonight's live.
Yes, me too. I see some people are coming in. Um, I'm a. I guess we can go ahead and start. I see Tatum just got here. Hey Tatum, girl.
Hey Tatum.
Yeah, so we're super excited to be here. I'm really excited to talk about the Find Your Voice Academy. Like we were just saying, like we can't believe it's been almost a year already. Time
Crazy.
flown by, but I'm excited to talk about it a year later and to
I
just talk about how much progress we've made and all of that good stuff. So,
yeah.
um, you ladies that are coming in, let us know if you have any questions. We'll be answering questions towards the end, but we'll go ahead and get started. So, my name is Gabby of Gabby Athletics. I am a health and fitness coach, and I'm also the host of Don't Touch My Health podcast, where we talk about health, fitness, and nutrition and faith for women who are constantly on the go. And now I have my sister here.
Hey. Hi guys. So my name is Elena. I am the founder of Bless the Body. And similar to Gabby, I'm all about health and wellness. And I'm just excited to be here today. I'm the host of the Millennial Mompreneur podcast. It's a podcast underneath Bless the Body brand, but it's more specifically targeted towards moms. So I'm really excited to talk about how Anchored Media really helped me find my voice, okay, for the Millennial
Sure.
Mompreneur community today. Because I was struggling, y'all. I was struggling. And then like the retreat just really just helped me turn my life around. Turn my life around, but like for real, it really helped me turn my vision into a reality. So I'm really excited to talk about that today. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes, absolutely. So, like we said, it's been a year so far. Well, when it was in October of last year,
No,
that
it was in November of last year.
November. Okay, I
Yes.
always so it was in November of
Yeah.
last year where Tatum had the very first Find Your Voice Academy, and I'll be honest, like, and I don't know if you can speak to this, Elena, but I have invested in a lot of conferences. I have invested in a lot of retreats, and I think I always have such high expectations of what I expect to get out of the retreat. And
Yeah.
so, what I found that was so different about the Find Your Voice Academy is that it exceeded the expectation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I feel like most of the time I invest my money and I don't get a full return back, but
Yeah.
you can attest to this, but it was so bomb with the women that were there, like, and we still have a very close knit group and some of the ladies who are here. So shout out to the very
Hey
first
Ari. Hey Lauren.
Ari. Hey Lauren.
She said no, it really changed lives over here. It really did. I didn't want to sound cliche, but it
Okay.
really did, sis. It really did. Like
Yes. Yes. Like after that retreat, life has literally not been the same.
yeah.
Like
Mm.
not only because of like the relationships, but I think so much has changed for everybody just individually. And then
Yeah.
like we still keep in touch. So I just think that it was just a beautiful experience.
Yeah, I think so too. And I agree with you about like the investing in conferences and things like that. And I'm one of those people that like I have to definitely be led to like spend my money. And especially with the retreat, you know, it was an investment, but it was worth every single penny that I
Yeah.
spent on it. But it was just like the perfect timing for me. It was close towards the end of the year.
Mm-hmm.
And I just thought it was a great time for me to solely focus on one thing. I think a lot of times, you know, especially as entrepreneurs, we have so many parts of our businesses that we're always dividing up our attention with. But with this, it gave me time to really dive in and learn
Mm-hmm.
about one thing and really pick up the pace and build a solid foundation in one thing.
Yeah.
And not only just being in that environment, but having the teachers, you know, Tatum and Tanisha and like everybody there to really pour into you and give you those tools that you really need to build off of it, you know? Because I
Yeah.
think a lot of times when you go to conferences, you get motivation more than like tangible steps to build like
Yeah.
a foundation of something that's actually going to amount to something. And I
Mm-hmm.
think for with the retreat, it was a mix of both. You know, I think it was a motivation and not really like, oh, I'm motivating you, blah, blah, blah. But it was like, sis, this is like the real deal. You got to pray to be led. And these are the tangible steps about branding, about building or knowing who your client is. You need to know their
Yeah.
journey, their story. I was like, oh, so this is real work. You know,
Yes.
like this is some work, sis, you know,
Yes.
but I just thought it was really great and allowing me to just focus on one thing and building a foundation on one thing and giving me the tangible steps so that I have them, you know, when I left. So I thought
Yeah.
it was,
Yeah.
yeah.
And another thing that I really loved about it was the photo shoot. Okay, I can't lie, like because and this it's great because it allows for you to be like your individual person because everybody comes in with
Yeah.
ideas, but it also gives you that confidence because I think sometimes whenever we come to events like this, there's always like a underlying like okay, there are gonna be other women there, so there's like
Yeah.
a little bit insecure to talk about whatever your idea is. But what I found about the photo shoot is that it gave you that confidence to like step out on faith and actually
Yeah.
do something, do what you said that you were going to do. So that
Yeah.
photo was everything for me.
I totally agree with you, photo shoot. I love me. I love me a photo shoot, but I think also with having people there to help you with the photo shoot, it helps you to execute your vision visually. You
Yeah.
know, if that makes sense. Like I think a lot of times when we're writing our vision down, we have a picture of something that what we have in our head, but like we're not photographers. We don't have like creative
Right.
direction or anything like that. But with the people that are there, with Tamisha, she was there to helping us with the creative direction, and Tatum was there, very hands-on as well. It definitely helped me build my confidence in saying, okay, this is kind of the direction that I want to go, and then their input as well. That helped a lot as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the whole thing too about going into a conference and you know, seeing other women there, or like, you know, you having a feeling of other women there. And I room by myself.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like, I was like, I don't know, but like everybody was just so warm and welcoming. So
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
great. It was
Yeah,
great.
that's one thing I wasn't expecting was to walk away with like literal sisters, like literal like friends that we could like literally walk away with. It was just that
Yeah.
part was like very surprising to me because I was, how we can say that we're never that person who just, well, I can say for myself that
Yeah.
had a lot of girlfriends, but after the retreat, everything changed, like I said. So
Yeah. I
so
love
it was amazing.
it.
So, my biggest takeaway, I think, from the retreat was, and you can probably see it a little bit in my background, but was that sales funnel. Okay. I have really stuck hard to that. And I think for that reason, that sales funnel that Tatum taught us. And I think that that's been one of the reasons why I've been able to grow my, the podcast in the way that it's grown over the past, what, 9 months, I think,
9 months. Yeah, about 9.
um,
Mm-hmm.
because of the tips and the techniques that Tatum taught us. So
with the sales funnel. Yeah, that sales funnel, listen, that sales funnel, the key, they have the key. That's
Yeah.
right there. That's right there, like the sales funnel. And I think that's the thing too, is like, I feel like with the, not I feel like, but I know like with the retreat, it just goes so much deeper than
Oh,
like things that you can Google or like YouTube videos or like freebie webinars. You know,
mm-hmm.
I think that it's just, with the like with all the information that's poured out into it, like it is so much more than what you can get from like a Google search or from just like a YouTube video.
Yeah.
So yeah, the sales funnel was definitely the keys. I think my favorite and my most necessary for me was my client journey, like
Mm.
understanding who exactly you're talking to.
Yeah.
Because when you can, you know, find out their pain points, or when you can understand who it is that you're directly talking to in your audience, you can connect so much better, and you have
Yeah.
more people within your tribe, because you're talking to that one person within your client journey. And I think for me, that was like one of the hardest parts too, was really solidifying that. But the worksheets,
Oh yeah.
the opportunity to practice, all of
Yeah.
those things, I think
Now
really,
that,
really helped me solidify the client journey. And that, I think that was really big for me, like in my podcast, making it into the top 200 for parenting, for sure.
one.
Come
Top
on.
200.
Come on, top 200.
Congratulations.
Look, God did it, okay? God did it first. Look, God did
Congratulations.
it. Then Anchor Media came in. He led my heart. See, my
Come on. All right.
submission to the Lord Jesus. Okay,
Okay.
listen. He led me to Blessed Boss Up podcast. Okay,
Yes.
and then
Yes.
Anchor Media came in at the right time, the divine.
Come
Okay,
on.
and then God said, top 200. Let's go. The anointing, the body of Christ. Let's go.
Hello. Hello. Come on, sis. You better
I
preach.
see you. But let's talk about your 2000. You had what, 2000? How many downloads did you get from yours? You had a lot.
I just hit 5K today.
Oh, five. Thank
I
God.
just
I
hit
was trying to get
5K
you.
today.
Forgive me. Look at what Jesus.
Okay.
Look at
It's
what
she's
Jesus can do
growing.
when
She's
the
growing
body
a
works
little
together.
bit. You know, it's a slow grind, but she's getting there. So
Yes. Yes.
glory,
God is good.
okay, glory to God. But no, that's great. And so that's just a testament to like the ladies who are listening. If you are considering, in which there should be no consideration, you should
Yeah.
just go to the open house. That's October 7th. But and I remember, just to give like a quick background, I remember when I attended the open house, I was working full time downtown Boston. It was in the middle of winter, and I was on the train, and I was like, man, I got to get to this open house because I don't want to miss it. It was like 7 o'clock at night. It was loud. I missed half of the open house because, you know, whenever you're on the train, it's like going in and out.
Yeah.
But I got to the end. I was able to apply, and that's how I knew. That's how I knew it was for me. And so I was ecstatic whenever I got the acceptance letter. So, if anybody on here, if you have been toggling whether you should apply or go to the open house, listen.
Just no
On
thoughts.
the
Gabby Rogers says yes. I would. Come on, sis. Listen.
Okay,
If it's
Gabby,
on your heart.
name's the same way, Gabbi. I've never seen it before, so we already here.
Yes, I remember too the open house. I actually couldn't make the live. I was working that night. I remember that I was working that night, and I was like, I was pressed. I think I emailed Taylor. I was like, will the recording be available? Like, just press, right? And she was like, yes. I'm pretty sure she was like, you know, really graceful about it, of course. And then I clicked on the recording, and I was like, oh my God, this is it. And then there's you know, with the program, they offer payment plans, so it's
Right.
really easy, right? So it's really easy to break down the payments in something that is feasible for everyone, and I really love that as well. So
Yeah.
I just knew it. Holy Spirit was like, yes, this is your time, you know.
Absolutely.
For
Absolutely.
sure. So how do you think that it really helped, I guess, expand your audience, like being able to build your podcast? Like, how's it been able to like expand your audience, or like really help your business or your branding?
Well, for one, so I started podcasting because I didn't want to be in front of a camera. Like, I knew I had something to say, but I
Okay.
wanted to do that behind a mic.
Okay.
So I think podcasting has really shown me to take ownership of my voice, because that was always
Mm.
that I was afraid to use, but little did I know that it was going to be something that would propel me to do whatever else God has for me. So whenever I started to actually speak up and use my voice, people kind of
Mm.
started to listen. And so um, that's what I really don't do a lot of marketing. I was talking to Tatum about this. I was like, my marketing for my podcast, it sucks. It sucks. I do very, but that goes to show you how good God,
Yes.
like whenever, whenever he puts something in your heart and for you
Hard
to
to
do it, you
do.
go for it, and then he'll make a way for it to get to people's iPhones and to people's ears. So it was, they gave us strategy at the retreat.
Yeah.
Have I used it all the entire way? No. But I can say that God's hand is on it. So it's grown because of that, for sure.
Yeah. And that's the thing too. I think that's the great thing is that like when you're ready to expand and when you're ready to like build a team or whatever, you have like marketing strategies already that you can, help
Absolutely.
implement. But it like, we talked about earlier, it's like being an entrepreneur and then having, your main business and then your podcast to build like on top of that. It's hard to do all those things. So the fact that like God has been able to grow your platform through podcasting in that way with little to no marketing. I mean, that just shows the testament to not only the hand of God, but the efficiency to of the program, because
Yeah.
there's a lot of things that we've learned to
Yeah.
like keep listeners, like strategies on how to keep listeners, strategies on like being consistent, because consistency is like a big part of that.
Yeah.
Sound, right? And like all those little things that, you probably wouldn't think about if you're very, very new to podcasting, that still will make your podcast really, really great. That like it can build, with just the hand of God and efficient strategies that were given to us at the retreat. So
Absolutely.
totally agree with you. Now,
Yes.
you guys, if you have any questions, go ahead and ask. Gabby said, no games over here.
She,
Gabby, come on. Yes. Hey, Chastity. My friend popped in. Hey, girl.
hey, Rosalind. Any
Hey,
questions?
Roslyn.
So just to repeat, there is an open house October 7th at 7 p.m. So
Yes.
make sure that you register for that, and you register for the link at anchor.media.bio.
Yep. Yeah. So what would you say to someone who's like on the fence about coming to the retreat? What do you think?
Um, I would say if you're on the fence, and that means that you probably need to do it. Because I'm always just like, okay, if it's in my spirit to do it, and I'm not, and the only reason I'm not doing it is because maybe I'm a little fearful or I'm unsure. I mean, the least you can do is attend the open house so that you
House, yeah.
can what you're in store for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. I think for the most part, I think most people who are a newbie planner babe says how much the open house is free.
Yeah.
Open house is free, sis. Go and see what it's about. Tatum or answers questions if you need them, but it's very detailed and
Mm-hmm.
it's worth it. I think for me, was the cost and like the investments, because I had just received an investment for my business, so I was very like cautious of like
Yeah.
how I was going to be spending money. But the thing that I learned is that this is biblical. So you reap what you sow, right? So it's like you spend $5 on a program. I mean, and nothing against it. You spend $5 on a program, that is totally fine. But like, how much of that are you really going to? Do you think you're going to
Right.
build like a multi-million-dollar business off of, five? Maybe
Mm-hmm.
slowly. But I just think that you have to make an investment sometime.
Agree,
So,
for sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I think just thinking about that after I went to the retreat and I saw Tatum was tight with everything within the questions and then the details of it all, I was like, I'm ready. And not only that, but just like the proven results of like
Oh,
not only her podcast but other podcasts. Um,
mm-hmm.
and so I think that's a big thing for me, is that I need to see other people
Yeah, for sure.
excelling. And there's like so many people in our class of people who have done so well within our retreat. I know Elisha's
Yeah.
podcast as well has done
Rosalind
so
is
well.
Rosalind is good.
Rosalind's podcast has done so well.
Yeah.
Your podcast. I just think that it is, I think all of those testimonials, and we were all fairly new to podcasting.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
had you podcasted before, or?
I did,
Okay.
but I was in the middle of rebranding. So whenever I came to the retreat, I was changing my name. Like everything about the podcast was changing. So I basically wiped out the old podcast, and then I started new in January.
Okay.
So yeah.
So it's just like, okay. So it's like your practice round, and then the real stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a real practice round.
The real.
Sis didn't know what she was doing. I was just, yeah. That part.
But see, that's where you got to. Sometimes that's where you have to start. You know.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Definitely.
Any questions, ladies?
Yes. Ask away. Ask away. So, is your show in seasons or?
No, it's yeah, it's just continuous.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
It is continuous, yeah. So I had to create a schedule around, because it's like it's a job.
Yeah.
You know, one that I enjoy, but you definitely do have to be consistent. Consistency is the key to podcasting, just for everything really. So
yeah, I know for me the Mill Mom, like, because it's a subsidiary within my brand, I think seasons worked well for me. And I know that's worked for a couple of other people. I think Elisha too does seasons. Another person within our retreat class.
Yep.
She does seasons as well. But yeah.
She sure does.
Yeah. Any questions? Any questions? So if y'all have not signed up, y'all need to go sign up. If you are interested in podcasting, even if you have a podcast, it can take it to the next level. So like if you're doing fairly well, I know quite a few people actually that have podcasts that are doing very well. But I definitely think that this retreat and this open house will show you how much more like is out there. Tools, the tools, the branding, the photo shoot, not only that, the sales funnel, like you said. I mean, everything that you learn within the retreat is everything that you need to get your return on the investment. So absolutely. I totally recommend anybody who is interested in doing the retreat, if you have any questions, to ask here, or you can ask at the open house on October 7th at 7 p.m. So guys, hey Rosalind, we was just talking about you.
Yes.
All good things, of course.
Of course. Any other questions, ladies?
Any questions?
So make sure that y'all go ahead and sign up for the open house.
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
All righty.
Love you
Gabby,
too,
oh, thanks, Rosalind. You're beautiful too. All right, Gabby, it was good talking to you.
Sis.
Everybody else, register for the retreat October 7th, and we'll see you guys around.
Bye.
All right, bye.